Now we have one final award in its inaugural year. I'm excited to announce the Dean's Award. This award recognizes friends of the college who have made a significant contribution to the college's mission of enhancing human well-being, building community, and shaping policy. It's my honor to announce the recipients of this award as the MSW Class of 1975. In the year of their 50th anniversary of their graduation, this group of alumni is more deserving than any other cohort that we could think of. The early 1970s were a time of great societal change and contentious debate. In higher education, students, faculty, and administrators wrestled with their roles as change agents and the decisions they faced as institutions and individuals living through really uncertain times. Sounds familiar? I think we can all learn something from the MSW Class of 1975. They could have been disheartened by those challenging times, but instead they were inspired. The MSW Class of 75 began their groundbreaking contributions to society as students committed to human rights on campus and have remained true to that calling for the past 50 years, both individually and collectively, personally and professionally. They are an extraordinary group. As a class, they were committed to the power of collective action to strengthen communities and to advance a just society. Their achievements over the past 50 years are evidence that they have stayed true to their commitment. As a class, they've celebrated the 25th anniversary of their graduation by establishing the MSW Class of 1975 Endowed Scholarship to support students who would carry on their commitment to community-based practice, public policy, and justice. In all, members of the class have created 9 endowed funds at the college and have donated more than $6.5 million to the university. To date, they funded more than 300 student scholarships. At the College of Social Work, members of the MSW Class of 75 founded the Institute for Family Violence Studies, which is now the Institute for Trauma and Resilience Studies, as well as the Arts and Athletics program. The FSU Pride Student Union was founded by a class member in the early 1970s, and they were also instrumental in advocating for the addition of a clinical track for social work students at FSU. 5 members of the class have received Distinguished Alumni Awards from the College of Social Work, and several have been honored with university awards. Many have remained engaged with the college as speakers and teachers and mentors, advisory council members, and 2 members of the class served on the FSU College of Social Work faculty. One of those faculty members, the late Dr. Barbara White, whose daughter Tanya was here with us a little while ago, went on to be the first African-American dean of the Steve Hicks School of Social Work at UT Austin, and to this day is the only individual in our profession to have served as both the president of the National Association of Social Workers and the Council on Social Work Education. She was one of several members of the class to go on to earn a doctorate degree. When I graduated with my PhD in '97 after collecting data with CCYS, Barbara had moved on to be dean at UT Austin, recruited me to be a new faculty member at UT, and was one of my dear mentors and ended up being a very close friend, and is one of those individuals that had a huge impact on my life, both personally and professionally. And those of you that have been around me for a while now know that I'm always telling Barbara White stories and holding her up because she's worthy of that light, right? So we recognize her along with the class of 1975 this evening. They've been innovators, mentors, founding initiatives like Swamp Gravy, an international model of community building through the arts. They've started nonprofits, led state agencies, and advocated for policies that have changed thousands and thousands of lives across a wide range of causes. So with a group honor such as this, it might be unusual, right, to do an inaugural award for a group. Given this class's enduring commitment to one another and their collective impact and their shared value of working together for a better world, we couldn't think of a more fitting way to inaugurate the Dean's Award recipient than with an entire class. And we have a couple of those individuals here with us tonight. Jack Ahearn, who spent his career with the Florida Department of Juvenile Justice, including serving as Director of Probation, and John Phelps, who served the Florida legislature for nearly 50 years as Clerk of the House and Director of the Senate Rules Committee. Jack and John, if you want to join me on stage so we can appreciate you.
All right. Thank you very much for this. And it's hard to speak on behalf of a whole class. I guess the only thing I want to say to y'all is we stuck together as a class. We liked each other. And down through the years, we've kept in contact. We've had numerous reunions. And I think it's important to get that support from your classmates and use them as sounding boards, as resources, as people who can help you get through your professional life, which is a tough road to hoe. So be kind to your fellow students and listen to what they have to tell you. Thank you.
I have about a 45-minute speech, and I'm sure everybody's ready for that. Thank you. Like Jack said, we've been a class that has somehow held together in spite of this last 50 years being and off and on most of the time apart. I want to especially say hello to Gwen. She doesn't know me, but I'm a trustee at Eckerd College right now. And so I'm happy to congratulate you as a fellow graduate of Eckerd. Tom Herndon, whose name has been mentioned a time or two tonight, is a strong supporter of this program. And I worked together as protective services workers in St. Pete many years ago. And we came to Tallahassee together, and I was able to work with him in the Florida legislature as an intern to begin with in health policy, and then moved on to other pursuits during my career with the legislature, which lasted 48 years, if you'll forgive me for that. The legislature may not have a sterling reputation at all times, but I can tell you there are a lot of good people working there who are doing good things for you. They don't always get the kind of publicity that you might think that you would expect. Let me just say it that way. Finally, I'd like to say the values that this program and all of you as participants in this program, I'm sure support, face some pretty strong headwinds these days in politics. But you've got to stay in the fight, believe me. Every act of kindness that you perform for someone adds to that eventual, as President Obama used to say, the arc of history tends toward justice. And I think he's right about that. And everything you do and every act of kindness and everything you perform in your function as policy or clinical or administrative people are moving in that direction. So thank you for this entire class. We tried to get everybody polled. They were all asleep. So we just had to leave it at this, but thank you.